Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
Out past the Windward Islands, the waves beat rhythms on the reef. The wind sent them here from forever, like gifts from the sea. Captains raise their glasses to forever, with fear still sparkling in their eyes. Ships sail past the first horizon, planes into night. You were Amelia when the plane hit the water, Captain Smith when the iceberg took you down. You were the dreams of Columbia's captain, in pieces on the ground. And you're the thousands who sailed for the New World, and the hundreds who made it safely home. Sun-bleached and torn by adventure, and weathered to the bone. You are the dreamer, you are the hope of men, forever hoisting sail, forever pushing on, forever praying for land. Hillary and Norgay at the summit, Neil Armstrong with both feet on the ground. You were Wilbur and Orville yelling madly as the plane touched down. And you're the thousands who sailed for the New World, a child's telescope pointed at the sky. You're the mother who names her child Amelia, yearning to fly. You are the dreamer, and you are the hope of man, forever hoisting sail, forever pushing on, forever praying for land, forever praying for land.
All right. The show is Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin. Our guest is Randall Williams.
Thanks so much for having me.
Welcome to the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You are leading a very creative and adventurous life.
Thank you. Feels a little crazy sometimes, but I'll take that.
You're Kaiser's partial capo man.
Yeah, among other things. I kind of stumbled into it a couple of years ago and started doing the thing with all these different capos. And it's kind of become a thing. I wrote a couple books and filmed a couple DVDs and given all kinds of workshops and stuff on the partial capo, which just covers some of the strings. It's fun.
Is the guitar in standard tuning?
It can
normally?
be. You can put it in all sorts of tunings, but this is that was just in standard tuning now. And you notice I got that really big sound from it by using the two capos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
What else would you like to do for us?
Oh, all sorts of stuff, gosh. I'd love to play you more songs off the CD. At some point I'd like to tell you about the new book I just wrote and, you know, maybe do a little dance routine. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, what would you like to do now?
How about another song?
Okay.
That makes sense. I travel a lot, thus whereisrandall.com. Because I travel so much, I hear a lot of people's stories. And this is a song that I wrote. Amy Blake is here in the studio tonight. This is one of her favorites. She's a local presenter. And it's a story that I wrote that I heard a few years ago in Belgium. So let me play that for you. It's called I Will Come For You.
Great.
Harry Stone was a soldier in the spring of '44. And Harry loved a woman who would never be his wife. He met her in a restaurant in a quiet town in Belgium. She liked his sweet demeanor, and so she took him home. The summer months passed quickly, the sweetness of their loving, it took away their longing and his memories of the fight. But with autumn came the orders, troops were moving onward. Teary eyes and bitter smiles, he swore that he'd return. I will come for you, and I will be your husband. We will be a family. And we will share our lives. Each week he wrote her letters and prayed that he'd hear word of the child she carried, of her life at home. The fall of '46, he'd gone back to Pittsburgh. Still he wrote her letters, but she never did respond. I will come for you, and I will be your husband. We will be a family. We will share our lives. Fall of '48, he met another woman. They would raise a family of 3 daughters in their home. He was almost 80 that winter afternoon when he heard a soft French voice on the telephone. Mr. Stone, I'm your daughter. Grandma hid the letter, never told my mother that you were still alive. And Mother never told me about the man who is my father. I never saw your letters until after she had died. Can I come to you? Can I be your daughter? Can we be family? Can we share our lives?
That was beautiful and very moving.
Thanks. We get these stories from people, and these stories become songs on CDs and get us into contests and get us booked places, and all because of somebody else's story. It's been a real privilege.
Now, you've done a lot of traveling.
Yeah, I took off when I was 17 to see the great big world, and I kind of never really slowed down. And I just came back to the States a couple of years ago. I lived in Asia, Europe, and North Africa. I lived in a sailboat for a while. I wrote the book about that. And then when I came back to the States, I moved into a big van and rigged it up to run off of waste vegetable oil. And now I do 36,000 road miles around the country every year.
Biofuel.
Yeah, waste grease from restaurants. It's a lot of fun. It's a little stinky, but it's free.
Smells like French fries.
It does, driving down the road.
Great. That first song that you did, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's kind of the sense that I think we all have, whether we're, adventurers or whether we're just trying to make the mortgage payments or raising a kid. I think praying for land is sort of the leitmotif for just trying to make it work. We all have this sense of adventure inside us, be it physical adventure or mental adventure, trying to make relationships work or starting a new company or whatever. And I think that's what praying for land is really most about. Although for me it was a sailboat, for other people it's something different. So, yeah.
Great. What would you like to do next for us?
I can play another song, whatever makes sense. How about a song that I wrote last winter called "Stronger for Your Flame"? Some of us shine bold, like Beetlejuice is bright, and a few you barely notice in the early evening light. Some of us burn soft, like a lamp's sweetest oil. Others sputter smoke and ash and lives of pain and toil. Some try to hide it behind a suit and tie. They do the best they can in the world of 9 to 5. Maybe you were all of this and more. Borrowed light from those who came before, and the children who haven't yet been named. Stronger for your spark, stronger for your flame. Were you a blazing ball of fire before you were even born? Did you find the cure for polio, invent the telephone? Were you disobedient to the age of 33 when some old Roman soldier had you nailed up to a tree? Maybe you were black and tired on the front seat of the bus, or on a protest march in Bombay, face down in the dust. Maybe you were all of this and more. Borrowed light from those who came before, and the children who haven't yet been named. Stronger for your spark, stronger for your flame. So what if there's no drama in the day-to-day? Life a load of pots and pans and diapers to be changed. You'd rather climb a mountain or walk to Timbuktu, but the truest light burns just as strong no matter what you choose. You don't need to burn up in a brilliant ball of flame. We'll be blessed even if we've never heard your name, 'cause you are all of this and more. Borrowed light from those who came before, and the children who haven't yet been named. Stronger for your spark, stronger for your flame, stronger for your flame, stronger for your flame. Thanks.
Beautifully done.
Thank you. That's the song I was walking around Falcon Ridge wondering what I should play at all the campfires when I did the Emerging Artist Showcase last summer. And everybody said, play that one. And I played that one and it worked. So I was pretty happy.
Good for you.
Thanks.
We should let folks know how they can find out about your touring schedule and your recordings and your books and so forth.
Whereisrandall.com. It's R-A-N-D-A-L-L, and it's Randall at whereisrandall.com, and everything's on there.
Whereisrandall.com is a
Yeah,
great name for a website.
Well, it was going to be cometboy.com, but it didn't feel very professional, just because I travel so much. So, yeah, whereisrandall.com. Yeah.
Great. Would you like to read from your book now?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. It feels a little presumptuous because actually the book just came out, and my plan is to do sort of readings in conjunction with shows and stuff. And it feels a little funny reading from your own book. You've been working at it for a couple of years, but I figured, why not be the self-promoter? So here's a first. So basically, the premise behind the book is that I had a premature midlife crisis, and I sold all my stuff and moved into a sailboat. And I took off from Stockholm to Africa, except I didn't know how to sail. So part of it starts in Stockholm, and then it continues as I sort of head down the coast, trying to figure it out and being terrified. And this is a scene that speaks to Sweden and a relationship that I was having there that I ended up writing a song about. How could anyone ever forget the first scenes of a new place or the sounds that accompany those images? How to forget the first time that a new word in a new language is dutifully assigned to its own spot in the brain? You don't. It arrives there like a track pressed gently into still falling snow. No one has ever said just that word to you before. You remember how it sounded, the nuance of how it felt when it curled up softly in your ear, the crisp spring air, and the position of your head on her chest. You remember the way the campfire smelled of forgiveness and the night of watching the stjärnor twinkling in the dark himmel, far above the piece of granite sten, where the tent sits in direct sight of God, varmt in the sleeping bags. It is cozy and soft and skönt. The words are all new, as is the color of the rock, the honey of her skin, the timbre of a voice that learned language in Skåne, sandwiched between proud, high Swedish and obstinate Copenhagen Danish. This is one moment of thousands. None of them will ever be allowed to leave memory. There are always the bold few who will try to escape through the gates of time and distance, only to be turned back by vivid dreams years later, and reminders strewn throughout old journals and letters smelling of rose petals, vanilla-scented candles, and love. Leaving the country wasn't going to make it any easier to try and pretend to forget.
Beautiful. I love the insertion of the language in there.
Thanks. So this is a love song that I wrote. It's not in the way you looked right through me with the sunlight in your eyes, not in the way your smile made sparks of my tender inside, not in the way we were surprised that an evening should end, not in the way that we both wished we were more than just friends. It's not in the way you arch your back when you curl up next to me, not in the way that your sweet kisses make it easy to believe, not in the way you hold my legs with the soles of your feet, not in the way that you hear me before I ever beg you, please. Hey baby, this is I'm sorry for the tough stuff coming down the line and the tough stuff in my closet, 'cause you're nothing less than perfect, but it's all in how I see. It's the way I learned to love you, I let go of me, the way I let go of me, the way I let go of me. 'Cause I get anxious, I get nervous, I get scared and I get mean when I'm afraid I'm in too deep and I can't come out clean. might get all high and mighty or treat you like a queen. 'Cause a little boy inside me's scared, I don't know what that means. Hey baby, this is I'm sorry for the tough stuff coming down the line, the tough stuff in my closet, 'cause you're nothing less than perfect, but it's all in how I see. It's the way I learned to love you, the way I let go of me, the way I let go of me, the way I let go of me. Not in the way you looked right through me with the sunlight in your eyes. Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Now your bio says that you've sung in 12 languages in many countries of the world.
Yeah, it's kind of been another really fun thing. When I was 17 and went to Europe for the first time, I learned French that summer, or that spring, I guess it was. And then from there, I kind of kept learning. And as I moved around place to place, I just wanted to talk to people, and that got really easy. And so I actually speak 7 languages, more or less fluently. And then I learned a bunch more to sing in. I've done the whole classical song route. So I do classical Italian, and I've sung in Polish and Russian, 2 languages that I don't speak. All sorts of fun stuff like that.
Cool. You must have a switch in your brain for languages.
I do, and sometimes it gets tripped. When I learned Swedish is my most recent language, and when I learned Swedish, it kind of fell into the German box. And so for about a year, I couldn't speak German. I understood everything, but I couldn't speak it, because the Swedish switch would go on. And so about a year later, my brain sort of sorted it out. And I began to actually be able to speak German again.
Wait, what would you like to give us? We've got about 5 minutes left.
Great. How about another 5-minute song with a nice long outro? Does that make sense?
Sure.
So, great.
Let's
plug
your website one more time.
Whereisrandall.com. Randall at whereisrandall.com. Information about all the partial capo stuff. The new book is called The Sea Inside. The new CD is called Praying for Land, about that premature midlife crisis. And there's a live CD called One Night in Louisiana, which has got some classical stuff on it, and a Japanese folk song, an Estonian lullaby, all sorts of crazy stuff. So whereisrandall.com.
Great.
So, and I'll hopefully put this video up soon.
Cool.
All right. Thank you so much for having me, Ralph, and thanks
Our pleasure.
for the project. Thank you all. Summer's over in New England, now the greens are going red. And the breeze that kept us cool last month picked up an icy edge. Now there's magic in the air. Cause the days are getting shorter now, earth hardens to the plow. Sleeps for a season, then life breaks through the ground, and then those seedlings turn to leaves. Leaves fall from the trees. Ride this one around, around, around. Ride this one around, around, around. Ride this one around, around, around. Another round around the sun. So I've never been much older than what I am today. I know so much left to learn, left to listen, not to say, the beauty of it all. Whoever could have known what another year would bring, like learning to play banjo, finally going to Mexico, falling in love, and all those sweet little things. Ride this one around, around, around. Ride this one around, around, around. Ride ride this one around, 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 another round around the sun. As all through spring and summer trees push leaves to the sky, and I'm smiling as they're falling now, but soon they'll brown and die. And those leaves fall to the ground, and the ground feeds the trees, and the trees feed the leaves. So now we're walking into winter, wondering what this year will bring. But soon enough the snow will melt, the sky will blue, the birds will sing. Earth turns to summer, turns to fall, winter turns to spring. So ride this one around, around, around. Ride this one around, around, around. Ride this one around, 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 another round around the sun. Ride this one around, around, around. Ride this one around, around, around. Ride this one around, 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 another round around, another round around. Another round around, 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 another round around the sun.